is. What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Sportsload. Okay, whatever.
Ah,
I'm your
boo!
host,
Good way to start it.
Mr.
Boo!
GPS, Ben, and Kane. Let's get right into it. All right, NBA Finals. We'll get to your stupid Houston KD thing, all right?
You didn't
We
even
all have a
want
lot to
him.
say on that. We have a lot to say
I
about
did.
that, but no shocker here. OKC wins this one in a seven.
Uh,
It could have been closer if
well,
Halliburton.
the
That would have
shocker
been
was the injury.
the injury.
You mean the
That
Halapan?
Well,
injury that
yeah,
the Halaman went down.
Yeah, he
yeah,
got
he
taken
went
out.
down. They took out his nuclear facilities early in the game.
I think what
Um,
happened in Iran the day before or 2 days ago. It's foreshadowing that the Halaman was going to go down.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
Scott Foster was also in Game 7, so that was
Yeah,
kind of
I
scary.
would have. I mean, let's just get right to it. If you think if Halliburton was gonna, if he
Yes.
played, he was
Yes.
healthy, you think that
Yes.
I would have said close. It would have been a closer game.
When when when
100%
they
close to him.
when they were a 10-point game, I was like, if Halliburton was here, I think he would have.
He
It
gave
would
you
have
those
been like the
points.
It would have flipped the
How much were they winning by before he went down in the injury?
No, it was only up by a couple points, like
It
two
was
or
like a
three. Maybe
1-point
they were,
game or something like
you
that.
know, the
Yeah.
closer, yeah, the close game. And to be fair, Indiana did keep them alive throughout the first half. Like they was
Yeah.
up by one. So
Yeah,
but again,
they
it
just died
sucks.
out.
Yeah, it sucks that even as much as I'm big a hater I am to Halliburton as is, I didn't want to see him go out like that. Like that sucks.
Yeah, it's a shitty
Yeah,
ending.
Because you want
lose,
you
play all
want
4 quarters and lose.
yeah, it's the worst way to
Now
lose
that's
game
the
seven.
excuse.
Yeah, it's game seven, and you don't want him to lose like that, go out the way he did. I think even with the calf injury, he played a decent series overall, and Indiana shouldn't have anything to feel bad about. They went through the gauntlet, they
Huge.
earned their right.
They took him to seven.
Yeah.
And also, guys, by the way, SGA got MVP, Finals MVP. So,
Oh,
and he got regular
First
season
ever-
MVP. So he's like one of the only few guys that have ever done that. 25
Yeah,
years.
First time in like 25 years. Yeah.
Wow,
So
wait, who's the last
he's
one to do that?
he's like he's kind of a goat now.
Kobe
Okay.
who was the last one to do it?
I actually
Uh,
don't know.
Shaq.
Either Shaq
25
or
years.
Kobe, right?
Shaq.
That's what I'm thinking. Either Shaq or Kobe.
25 years ago, yeah, Shaq for sure.
Yeah, it must be one of those two.
Because
either
Kobe
Shaq
only
or
has one
Kobe.
MVP, no?
I thought he had two.
That's
The last players were Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Shaquille O'Neal.
So
That makes
it must have
sense. Well,
been.
dude, yeah, Shaq,
Oh, LeBron did it in 2013 apparently. Oh, and 2012. Oh, LeBron's done it twice. Of course he has.
Wow.
Okay, so first person in 12 years.
Okay. Well,
So
first
Michael
of all,
Jordan has done it twice as well. Oh no, three
Yeah,
times, four
like-
times. Yeah.
When
Jordan did it 4 times?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jordan's good for a reason.
I mean he's MJ, but Adam Silver said 25 years, so that's why I guess me and Gary were saying 25 years, but
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Still quite an accomplishment for SGA. He's a good player, man. That's what soon to be great to do. They just
I
constantly they gotta get these accolades. He still got two more to be on my list though. To be like in
gotta
that talk.
yeah. I gotta give him flowers. I gotta give all of them flowers. But like that post like celebration, they were like, "Oh, like I was struggling and stuff like that." I'm like, bro, you guys were first
The
seed back to
number
back
one
years.
team, like, yeah, come on, man.
You guys were blowing out teams in the season, left, right, and center. Like you guys were not struggling. There was never an underdog statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were the best team in the league, right?
They were-
68 and
They
14.
were not
Yeah.
not any series that were ever considered an underdog in
No.
any of the series, never. So they need to cut the shit. I'm pretty sure they did. Yes, they worked hard to get there. They went through some battles of their own, but to compare their battles to Indiana's battles is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They-
But they
they,
did
like-
earn. They earned their championship. Though this was not. Again, I was wrong. I thought it was going to be a quick fix, and everybody's going to Mexico. But no, this was a 7-game series. This was a gauntlet, and
I think my
and they were the healthiest, and that's what wins.
Mhm.
And one thing I want to say, that I speak to this off air. Stop with the fucking low top sneakers. For the love of God, that's ridiculous. They gotta stop wearing these low cut sneakers.
Yeah,
Mids to high
Sharks.
tiers. Come on, man. Bring, I live this fucking Converses or some shit. They gotta stop with this.
They also gotta
Like,
extend the travel days. Bring it back to the old times where like it's 3 days instead of these like 2 days sometimes or
They're trying to ruin the
2.5 days.
series.
They're
yeah,
just trying to
it's
push the series until like June and end it
it's
quickly.
Yeah, I
ridiculous, man.
think playoffs start in April.
Well,
Does it?
yeah, but like I think like the FIBA
End of
World
April,
Cup
though,
and
right?
stuff like that, the World
Yeah.
Cup and stuff like that, is like kind of starting up soon. So I guess they wanted to cut it early, but like we gotta
Yeah.
cut that shit.
Yeah, cut this shit and stop. Bring back high top sneakers for God's sake. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's basically fashion at this point, right? Like
Yeah, it's a fashion thing. Like, yeah, you're killing your career though.
Yeah.
Like in the '90s, I even know where Achilles was. It was in the '90s.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
common
know,
in football. More common in football, right?
Yeah, and because especially with the cleats, they're
Because you're
always low cut
juking
anyway.
and cutting and all that. So
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's
How about
they gotta
the
do
recent-
that.
The only big one until recently was Kobe, like way back then.
Yeah, and I think Kobe was one who also brought back he brought in the low cuts too.
Yeah, because everyone wants to wear Kobe's.
Right. But he had these high top sneakers that look specifically for like Achilles. It looked weird, like men boots, like sneaker boots for like one reason for some reason. It looked weird. I think it was the Kobe 11s. I want to say. I could be wrong, but they looked very doofy. But nobody got hurt in those. You know what I mean?
To be fair, Halliburton is like, unfortunately, I have to say it like this, but he's like the perfect person to tear his Achilles because he's not explosive in a way. Like if you say like Shea tears his Achilles, God forbid, right? Like that's
Right.
hard. That's hard because like he's not gonna recover 100%. Like Halliburton is more of like a passer, Steve Nash-esque,
Yeah.
so he can recover in a way.
And you
still
can
be
get
himself.
by as a team because that team still is really good. You can still
He's
you
probably
can
gonna be
get
out for the year though.
No, he's going to be out for a long time. I'm saying that in the case of the team, they can survive.
yeah,
without
they have a
him for
deep
while.
bench,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Boston, they can't with Tatum. They're fucked. You know what I mean? They're
I
so
mean, they can
fucked.
still survive, but
If they get
they're
rid of
probably, like-
Brown,
they're probably gonna be a playing team.
yeah,
You know?
best case scenario.
Yeah.
Best case, and they have to make some shit. They got.
Jalen Brown also had a
Holiday.
knee injury. I mean, he had a knee surgery.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck to those guys, and I think I'm now Indiana. The only way is up now. They just
I
they
think
keep
they could also-
progressing.
They could make a major trade, Indiana, and kind
I
of.
wouldn't want to fuck that team up. I wouldn't want to do it.
Would you
Leave it the way it is.
would you pay Miles Turner like 40, 50 million? He's in the free agency.
Yeah, he's the
So-
only big free agent, though, right?
Yeah, but I would say like if you can kind of do a sign-in trade for Bam or Sabonis, I'd probably do it. You know,
Yeah, Indiana would do it, but I don't think Miami would do it.
Miami, I think at this point is rebuilding.
I don't know.
think
I
they're
don't
tanking.
know.
I mean, they
I don't
didn't
know
want to
what the hell
KD,
Miami's
so
doing.
that-
We can talk about Miami.
Yeah, let's just go right into the KD trade. Gary, you have
Yes, I do.
the deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I was gonna say. I was catching a stroke over here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, man.
Details?
Yeah. So the Phoenix Suns have agreed on a blockbuster trade to send Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the number 10 pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks. Trade won't be
Yes.
formally completed till July 6th, but
It's pretty much a done deal.
it's a done deal,
I
though.
have a gripe.
The only person I think gets fucking this was Dylan Brooks. I think that guy's gonna hurt you guys because that guy builds character. He's your tough guy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
He's the enforcer.
Took out the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he's your enforcer.
You have to match salary, so it's either
Yeah,
him or Fred,
again,
right?
I would do that deal 10 out of 10 times. Don't get me
I
wrong.
think anyone would do it.
Yeah,
Because
but
okay, so
Jalen Green would
couple
not
of-
be missed.
couple things. I have a gripe. Why the fuck is there trades happening when the season's still going? Like this was a third trade. This was the third trade, and we're in the NBA Finals. Desmond Baines gets traded.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers trade a player away, or the 21st pick, to get their next year's pick back, and this trade, and we're still in the season. Like this should not be happening.
But isn't the draft soon?
convers-
Isn't like the draft like
next week, right?
next week or
No.
something, right? Or is it?
Is
The
it
end of the month.
July? That was
No,
July.
I thought it was the end of June.
I thought it was
Next week.
at some point soon. Because I know it's
Soon.
soon.
The 25th. I want to say the 25th, but I could
Yeah,
be wrong.
you're on the money with June 25th.
No, sweet.
But like
That makes no sense.
that makes
Yeah, it does.
absolutely
No
like they're
sense,
rushing everything. I remember when like the season ended and July 1st was like the off season. Like that was the
Well, that's when free agents can
Well,
sign. I
like-
think that's
That's
why.
a favor to what you were saying, though, okay, with the whole they need to change the schedule up like that. That's just fucking
Yeah.
everything up.
I just think they're just like rushing everything right now. That's
Mhm.
fucking literally everything up because
And the playoffs have seemed long, but the finals seemed rushed. So,
yeah, but like, dude, I don't know. Like, I just felt like it kind of killed the vibe of Game 7. Like, this is the Game
Yeah.
7, and like the biggest story is Kevin Durant going to.
Kevin Durant, yeah, it killed the whole story. You know what? You're absolutely right with that. Because I forgot today
Yeah.
was Game 7. Until I got a notification on my phone. I
Right.
knew about that KD thing. Like, that KD thing was pretty much taking over the week. And then for it to get done, and it's like, nobody like, shit, yeah, OKC won, but dude, did you hear about that KD trade?
Yeah, I think a lot of people will forget about the fucking
By
like,
Tuesday.
how-
By Tuesday. By Tuesday.
But from a Houston fan
Mhm.
standpoint, I love this trade. I did not want Kevin Durant. I'll say this. And I'll
I'm
say it
happy
I
about
told
that.
you.
That whole rumor could be put.
I did not want Kevin Durant, but for the trade value, this was an absolute steal. Right?
Mhm.
You look back, Desmond Baines got traded for 4 first-round picks.
for first round
Bridges
picks, yeah.
was 5 first-round picks. Now, granted, Kevin Durant's like 36 or 35
37.
years
Oh, he's
old.
gonna be 37. He's gonna be 37 in October.
He's 37, and he's going to be a free agent. So
Mhm.
Houston has all the leverage, and they
Mhm.
have the 2027 from the Houston has 2027 Phoenix Suns first round pick,
Mhm.
2029, and they have essentially like a protected 2028, I believe, future picks from Phoenix. So
They
if
got all their
Phoenix-
first round picks too, right? They got all their first.
They have 3
Yeah.
first-round picks, 8 second-rounders. Yeah, they have a
yeah,
lot.
so Houston has Phoenix's first round picks still, like the future ones.
That's
so
hilarious.
if they're gonna blow it up, by all means, I think Houston will be perfect. Like this is like a lot of people are comparing this to like when Shea got traded to Oklahoma for Paul George, or when
Mhm.
Halliburton got traded for Sabonis,
Right.
the Kings to Indiana. But like
Right.
they're not gutting their team. Like they only
They
gave
didn't
up
get a
Dylan
team
Brooks
at all.
and Jalen Green, and I hated Jalen Green from the jump.
I liked him, but I just think he just didn't fit in that. He looked lost in that in the
He reminds
playoffs.
me of Zach LaVine. Like he's
Better version of Zach LaVine, I guess. But I
But,
still
like-
think he just could develop. I think he's still really young.
he's not gonna.
23.
He's 24.
Yeah, and the things are like he's gonna go to Phoenix, and I think there is where he's gonna. It's put
Phoenix
up a
trying to
shut
trade
up
him
for him.
away still, no?
Phoenix,
Nah.
I think, should trade him away. I think they're looking for options, but I think they might keep him. But I'll agree that Dylan Brooks was like the core of
Mhm.
Houston, but
And to be fair, you can get those guys. You can get a guy like you replace Dylan Brooks.
you
You
have
gotta
Ari
enforce that
Easton
kinda
and
guy.
you have Cam Whitmore that's coming off the bench. Cam Whitmore barely played in the NBA.
And you resign
Yeah.
Sam Adams.
Steven Adams, yeah, and
Steven Adams. I'm thinking about Bill.
Sam Adams.
but
Thinking about Bill.
I think this is a really great trade for Houston because of that. With Phoenix, this is terrible. You have Dylan Brooks, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Jalen Green, all shooting
play the
guards,
same-
by the way.
Yeah, all play the same position.
They all play the same position.
Yeah,
And
what
on
are
top of that, they
what are
got-
the Suns doing?
They went deeper into the second apron for this trade, just for the 10th overall pick, which
well, that
I
tells-
guess you
that-
can say is like a good starting step, but like
Right. No, they're gonna have to get rid of Bradley Beal. The problem is with Bradley Beal, he has a trade and
Oh,
no trade
Watson.
clause.
yeah, they're basically
yeah.
gonna either waive him and basically
Eat
that
that?
money.
Ooh,
use
that's
that
tough.
money, or
And I don't think they want to do it. They're gonna try and just talk to Bradley, like, what do you want? Where do you want to go? We'll trade you for like nickels and a penny. You know what I mean? Like,
Trade him
you have
for
to match his
anything.
salary, actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's making like 50-something million, right? So you have to
Yeah.
match his salary.
why they thought the fact that Washington was willing to just willingly gave you that guy, and you didn't find nothing odd about that. Like, come
It was
on,
a
bro.
it was a contract. He has the Deshaun Watson contract of the NBA.
I would say
I would
so.
rather have Deshaun Watson than him, bro.
I would just not rather have him.
I mean,
Deshaun Watson.
money wise though, like it's the same, 250 million guaranteed, or what he has, the same thing. It's like,
Yeah,
and no
I don't
trade
know
clause,
what
which
the
is
hell-
insane. That's insane.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not even that
insane.
kind of good. He's not even that good of a player.
If you guys know, Deshaun Watson's younger. Of course, he's one of his Achilles, but he's younger.
Yeah, but he also
28,
doesn't play
yeah.
basketball. This is kind of apples to oranges, but just contract wise and
Yeah.
play a
Yeah.
type of player
And the
like.
thing too, like the biggest loser in all of this is going to be Devin Booker. I feel so bad for the guy. He needs to
Yeah.
find a way out of there. He's too
It's a
good.
ticking time bomb for Phoenix right now.
What's the point?
Yes,
Of having, like, they have to get. They're not going to do it, but they should get rid of this. They should get rid of Devin Booker. They should find a trade. You're never going to get equal value for him anyway. The guy's in his prime of his career. He's going to win. He's going to dwindle there. He's gonna
rot.
You're gonna wonder about him. Like, dude, what could have been if Devin Booker was another team?
So
I think-
go for it, man.
I think Devin Booker could be better than like a lot of these top guys like SGA. Who else? Like guys around his age. Like, in top of the
Right,
game.
but like we'll never know
Yeah.
about it. He's gonna be buried in Phoenix. Go for it, Kay.
Well, two things that immediately when the trade broke down was I thought Jalen Green was going to be like packaged to a third team, or Devin Booker would be packaged to a third team, perhaps.
They were talking to the Timberwolves too, apparently. So
Yeah, but KD was like no go.
And the one team that is standing out for me like immediately, and I have to see if the money works or whatever, is the Cavs. Get rid of Garland, get one of these shooting guards, and perhaps getting another wing. If you get Dylan Brooks,
For Beal or for who?
either Devin Booker, just overpay for Devin Booker, just give all your future first round picks for Devin Booker, and get like Garland for Devin Booker picks.
How old is Devin Booker, for instance? Like, is he 28 or 29?
20, he's about to be 29 now.
Younger.
He's
All
28
right.
right now.
So he's in his prime. Listen, to be honest, man, like no team, he'll fit right in on every team. I think first,
Right.
whatever, if the Miles Bridges trade, like you give him like those kind of picks for him, I'll do it.
Right. I
I'll
mean,
do
you
it.
also have Donovan Mitchell if you're the Cavs. That's what I was thinking. But the thing is, you can't rerun this Cavs team with Maxi Kluber as your small forward.
Yeah.
If you can get a guy like Dylan Brooks, who's basically a bruiser in a way,
Mm-hmm.
he's a good small forward. You can kind of lock in your Eastern Conference Finals right then and there.
I don't see Garland being on the Cavs though. I think Garland's gonna definitely be gone. I
Well,
think they'll
that's what I'm
trade him.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
you do Garland and like 5 first round picks, and you get like Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. It works out. You
But the
kinda-
thing though, I
Right.
think Phoenix is trying to lose. Like they're trying not to add money or add in cap. If it lowers the cap for them, they'll do it.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think if Beal's contract is what's killing them the most, right? Because that's the
Yeah.
one that they
in a way,
inherited. Yeah, because they
In a
gave Booker that money, so like they can't get mad at Booker for for that.
yeah.
I think
Oh.
they're gonna try to load Beal. I don't know. Maybe Brooks might be on his way out. I think they keep Jalen Green for some reason, and Devin
He
Booker.
has
I
3 more
don't see them.
years.
Yeah, and
30
Devin
million,
Booker.
so.
And he's young.
yeah, Booker actually has
and
quite a bit of
he's a little-
salary on him too. He's actually
Yeah,
quite
see,
highly
that's- I'm not
paid.
mad at that,
They,
that's
they went
Phoenix.
deeper in the second apron because of this.
Yeah,
yeah.
Added more money.
So it would make sense
Yeah,
to
they
trade
added-
Booker then for someone that's like maybe
yeah. The problem is you're never
Similar.
gonna get equal value for Booker.
Well,
You're not gonna get the first round. Like, who's gonna give up unless it's even a shittier team that's gonna end up getting. You're not gonna get it from the Lakers, the Knicks, Chicago, maybe.
no.
Hmm.
It has to be like a playoff contending team. So like Milwaukee, the Spurs,
I mean,
Cavs,
Milwaukee, we don't know.
Pacers.
Giannis. Well,
Giannis,
that'll
yeah.
be in the pot for Giannis, so that'll make him want to stay.
But like Giannis doesn't have a second guy right now. Dame's
No,
out
for sure.
there. So
Yeah.
Well, Dame's gonna be out regardless. Even if Dame
Chris
was
Paul
there.
and
for his
Paul.
Achilles, right? So he's out.
Yeah. I
He's
just
gone.
think it's gonna be hard to move Booker. I don't see that happening. I think they're gonna try and load Beal first. Maybe Brooks. I'll package deal with Brooks.
Right.
But I think Jalen Green and Devin Booker, they're gonna try and build around that shitting team.
Well, if they are trading Devin Booker, the first person that they're gonna call is Houston, unfortunately. Because of
You
those
think?
picks.
Well, they got. It's not the pick. They'll probably go for players, though, they got young players
Well,
too.
it's probably gonna be a three-way trade where like they get their picks back and then they trade Devin Booker either to Houston and Houston trades some players somewhere else, like probably Utah or some
It's
shit.
gonna be a lot of moving parts.
It's
To get
definitely
rid
gonna
of
be like
Devin Booker.
complicated as fuck, but
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. And I also think Houston's not done. I think they're also gonna make another big move because I think Fred VanVleet's on a one-year deal, and I think they can possibly. My hope is trade for Trey Young with Fred VanVleet and those first-round picks that they have, and
Mhm.
have Trey Young and KD as their go-to guys offensively, and you have Amen Thompson, Steven Adams, Shangoon defensively, which will
And
be
we gonna do with
phenomenal.
Jabari Smith though. What about Smith?
He's gonna be a power forward, I think, if anything. But you're not gonna like overpay, you know.
So, question to you then, like KD, you gonna extend KD?
Yeah, 2 years, 120 million, 120 million.
All right. 2 years seems right to me. I'm not going to. I
When's
wouldn't
his
go. Maybe
deal
the
expiring?
30 as an option, maybe.
What was the question?
What was his deal expiring?
Next year.
He's a next
summer.
year. So he'll be if you do a
Two-
2-year deal, he'll be in his 40s.
Basically, he's gonna be like
That's not-
39.
That's not bad.
when he's done.
You know, I mean, look, he still could score. He
Averaging
just will
27
give
points a
you-
game, though. So.
Yeah,
It's just the
he's still
injuries.
productive. It's just the injuries. He's gonna give you those points, but probably 40 to 45 games. You just need him to the playoffs. You just got to get him to the playoffs.
I think the biggest loser, other than Phoenix, is Sacramento because you had the option to get him, and if this was the trade, like you could have definitely either matched it or got something better. Like you could have offered something better. They had the 14th overall pick. They had future first-round picks from Atlanta, from I believe Pelicans, from Sacramento, I believe as well. They didn't really. They have a lot of depth. So you compare Fox.
What about you
Embiid,
know about the
and
Spurs, right? From the Spurs, that Spurs deal.
Yeah, so I was saying like they could have offered the 14th overall pick and someone from their depth, and then paired Darren Fox, KD, and Wemby with all their bench players like Castle and stuff like that. And that would have been a
Man,
nasty.
KD would have been a great fit in the Spurs. But a lot of those guys would have been like fucking Giannis would be a great fit in the Spurs.
But the thing is, like, you have all those guys, and then you have the second overall pick. So
Yeah.
it would have been like you just have like a dynasty now, and then you have a dynasty in the future with Wemby and
Well,
the second
you
overall
think
pick.
you think they'll give the second? Oh yeah, you're not
No.
trading the second away for KD. No.
No, they had the second overall pick and then the 14th overall pick.
Oh,
the
for the
14th pick,
14th
yeah,
would
It would have
work.
been the
Yeah.
14th overall pick and maybe like a future first or something like that for Kevin Durant, and you just
Right.
match salary. And then the Heat was they're just cheapos at this
I don't
point.
know what. I never thought a Pat Riley team would be so cheap. I never thought he'll be. I don't know if he's got dementia or some shit going on there, but
He has to be going.
it's not making any sense. Like if you're on the cost of doing business, you're gonna give up some players to
They're
get KD. You go get KD. You're in the
they're
East.
they're the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA.
Might as well be, man. Yeah, they're starting to
And
run
that
out
head
of
coach-
control.
Actually, worse.
That head coach is like, I'm on this propaganda. I'm spreading it. He's not a good head coach. I'm spreading it. Pause.
Nah, he's a good coach. He's a good.
He's
He's
not
a good
good-
coach.
he's
He's
not
Mike
good-
Tom. You said he's
he's not-
Steelers of the NBA. He's Mike Tomlin. He's a
Yeah,
great
Mike Tomlin's
coach.
It's not good. No, we're not. We're not going into the discussion again. But not good coach.
He's the Jeff Fisher of
They-
the NBA.
They inherited their fucking Super Bowls and their NBA championships. You catwalked with LeBron in the Big Three, and then Dwayne Wade is like a prodigy in 2006. We don't fucking want to talk about that. Other than that, they really didn't do much, right?
Yeah, I agree
I
with
mean,
you though.
I guess you can say the Jimmy.
The Jimmy
Yeah, but
one, yeah.
like again,
That's one. He did that with one player though.
breaking news: Eric Spoelstra is one of the longest tenured coaches
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
in all sports.
I
Right?
would love to see him somewhere else for sure.
You're telling me that he doesn't have a say in anything? You're not. If you're Eric Spoelstra, you're not pulling up and be like, "Give me Kevin Durant. I don't care what you fucking give." Like they have all their first round picks, by the way.
Yeah.
All of them. They have 2 first round picks this year from the Warriors from the Jim Butler trade, and you're telling me they gave nothing? They didn't give up anything.
I think they're probably onto somebody else. I think they lowballed for KD. I think, look, I'm not here to defend Miami by any means. You know, I mean, this is good news for me. It is great, but I remember Pat Riley used to coach for us. I know where he's trying to. I'm pretty sure he's trying to package something for a bigger deal with Giannis. I think
Honest?
yeah, I think it's going to be for Giannis.
No.
Because then what's the point? Like if you're not going to go after
Yeah.
KD,
Well,
Might as well go for the best.
They were trying to get Damian Lillard. They were basically hand in marriage with Damian Lillard for the last
Mhm.
2 years. That failed. You did that with Kevin Durant. That failed. Like you had rumors of like Joel Embiid might coming down. You trade Bam for him. That
but
failed.
look at those guys that you just named. Look at the guys you just named. Dame injured. If you would have went there, we'd be dog shit. If he
Well,
went to
Yeah, we'd be dunking on him
KD,
for that.
Yeah,
But-
and then KD's the same thing though. Like again, I don't mind what Houston did because Houston didn't really give up much, but
Right.
for Miami, they're gonna have to get there in their heads. They can't. They're in the East, so they're really just one player away. It doesn't make sense for me for them to make that move for them why they didn't make the move unless it's offers for somebody else. I think they're going to have to. I think this is to be continued with them. I'm not, I want to. I really want to rip him for this, but I think knowing Pat Riley, he got something. He's got to be something else. They can't go again with this season with the same ass team. It's impossible.
I'll rip them because Giannis said he's staying. So obviously they're not pulling the trigger on that. Number two, I
Did
don't
Giannis really say
anyone
he's
else.
staying?
Yeah, they're saying that they really had a meeting with Giannis, and then you either. Then again, Giannis said he wants to either be in New York or in LA, so it doesn't really matter. Miami's not going to be an option. But
So
if
they're like,
you're
oh,
if you're Milwaukee, you're not going to really go out there and say like, no, they're always in the play-ins. They're basically Chicago, but better. So
and if I'm Milwaukee, what the fuck would I want
exactly,
from Miami?
like, Tyler Hero, Bam, maybe Bam.
Maybe
So, like-
Bam, yeah, but again, it's not gonna put ass to floor. And what every
Exactly.
first round pick,
Pretty much.
No,
That would
this
be
team
the
is
only
gonna
choice,
be-
right?
and then what they're gonna be a play-in team, and they're gonna get you're gonna get one high pick and one
The
mid
70th
to
pick.
high. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Why,
Exactly.
why would you pull the trigger on that?
That trade makes no
I would have
sense.
made the move for KD. I would have, but I think they think that in their heads they're going for a bigger fish. I don't know who that is.
If you're Miami, I wouldn't have made the move for KD. Now, I get that, right? Because
Mhm.
I don't think Miami's in a playoff series scenario. I think they should rebuild, blow the fuck up, trade away Bam, get 8 picks for him, trade away Tyler Hero when he's the hottest. Pause, because he's downhill from now. He's not gonna be. He's not gonna get better.
That contract is gonna bite them in the ass.
That contract is terrible. And then you
Yeah.
have guys like Terry Rozier. You're not. There's no building blocks. there.
Oh,
There's
not
no
even.
future.
What about Duncan? Look at Duncan's contract.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you blow the fuck up. You can ride Duncan's contract out and just let him walk. Whatever. You don't have to trade him. You don't have to
Mhm.
dump his contract. Just rebuild and just get these new coming draft process. Whatever.
Yeah, you're catching a stroke too. Pause.
Hey, yo.
No, because I'm crashing the fuck out. Because this like I don't understand why. Like again, this is why I'm saying this is the Steelers. They just basically go fucking 41-41, make the
Mhm.
play in, get bounced in the first round, and everyone
Still
thinks
get a
they're
high draft pick.
one-
Still get like a
they-
mid to like late draft.
They get the 17th round overall pick. They get a good player, I guess, and then everyone's like, oh, they can go after name a top 5 player, and they
Right.
never do. And then it's like, okay, there's still one player away. They're hunting for bigger fishes. It's like, no, like who are they hunting for other than Giannis?
Team could turn into like the Knicks of the early 2000s now, where they're not the hot team nobody wants to play for anymore. Where everybody was like, I want to go to Miami. I want to go to Miami. Now they're turning into like the early 2000 Knicks. We're like, I don't want to go there. That place is fucking dysfunctional.
It's like,
Like it's becoming dysfunctional now. Like nobody's talking about going to Miami now. Like Miami has to go to people. They have to have dinner with KD.
but like that
You know what I mean?
that's not gonna. Even if they get Kevin Durant, do you really think they're going to be an NBA Final championship with Kevin Durant?
Well, listen, no, that one.
Not in their current format, no.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, you know what? The holding point for that the trade talk was the Rodriguez Spanish kid. like I forgot his name, Jaime.
Hawkins, yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
didn't want
either
to give
him
him up.
or Claire Ware, which is their
Yeah,
rookie this
I
year. But
I could understand where, because you still don't know where, no pun intended, where he might be. But Jaime,
his growth
Jaime,
rate is
yeah,
stunted.
yeah,
It's
it's
not
what
bad.
do you what? But Jaime's not bad. But if that was if freaking Phoenix wanted him, take him, take him. You getting KD?
Yeah, it's
I,
like
I,
it's
And I didn't get Jovic either. Like,
yeah, Jovic. They
yeah,
said no to the Jovic guy. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, go take the deal.
these guys are not like top 5 player prospects. Like if I would
Right.
say like, I mean, comparing them to Jalen Green, I would rather have Jalen Green than any of those guys.
Yeah, for sure. But
But
again, you can't touch these guys. I was
yeah,
like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
I would just laugh and just fucking like hang up on them.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like Eric Spoelstra has to kind of put his foot in Pat Riley's ass and be like, give me
Give me
whatever.
somebody. Give me
Because
something.
Bam's already out the door. Like his like end of season like,
Season speech.
interview,
Like this
he
team is
was
supposed to
basically
be
like,
different.
I don't want to be here anymore vibes.
Mhm.
So
Clean this shit or don't.
there you go. And then Tyler Hero is saying like, if we were good, we would have swept the Cavs or whatever. I don't even know what did that guy's on delusional point, but yeah, I mean, Khalil Wheeler is a center. He's a good center. I think Bam is stunting his growth, and then Hami Hawkins,
Well, he's decent at best. You know what I mean? Like he's
third
what
option, like he's okay.
look, I haven't paid too much. Every time I see him against the Knicks, he hasn't done anything. So I don't. That's my thing on him. I think he's just a serviceable serviceman. That's it.
Also,
honestly,
side note. Sorry, go.
What's it, man?
I think he's honestly like he's one of those guys. Like, if he changes situations, he could be like a Josh Giddey when he got traded to us, Chicago.
Oh, Jaime.
Yeah,
Well, that was situational because Josh Giddey, there was too many guards in Oklahoma, so they just gave up on him.
Yeah,
And they
and
didn't
then
want
he
to
had this
extend
little
him.
situation with a youngin. He was bringing a lot of heat. No pun intended.
Well, that and they also didn't want to extend him, so like obviously that makes sense. But like,
And it worked out for them. Look, they got Caruso and
yeah,
yeah.
two-time champ.
two-time champ Caruso, so it worked out for them.
He just kept failing. Like, you gave away Jimmy Butler, one of the top 15 players. You can argue top 20, and didn't get a top prospect from the
In return, yeah.
You didn't get Pods or you didn't get Kaminga. Like none of
Nope.
them.
And I would have done Kaminga for him straight up.
You got Andrew Wiggins and thought that was a good deal. Like, what are we talking about here?
Andrew Wiggins past his prime. Not motivated.
I honestly forgot he was on that team.
Yeah.
Me too.
That was probably like the offer that they Andrew Wiggins and
Chris Anderson, the Anderson kid. But
Yeah.
it was a 3-team deal, but that failed because somebody failed the physical. This made a 2-team deal and then kept Chris Anderson.
Stupid.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird trade. I don't know what the hell Miami's doing. Again,
Deep
I'm excited.
down-
I'm happy for them, though. I hope this keeps up going.
I think Miami, obviously, you could say Giannis. I think deep down they probably want to go hunt for LaMelo Ball, Trey Young, or Ja Morant. I think Ja
Yeah, I
Morant
think
is
they're looking for a
fish.
Luka type deal, but so they could fleece somebody. But that's not gonna happen.
Not there.
They're not there. Nobody wants anything Miami got other than Bam, but he's not gonna give up first round picks for Bam.
Maybe.
Bam is how long he's been in the league? He's been in the league for what, 7 years now?
If you're
Desperate.
Yep.
Maybe a Portland. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
a team like
Portland
that.
makes sense.
Timberwolves, for sure Timberwolves.
Timberwolves will keep. Yeah, Timberwolves will definitely. But would you trade it for Rudy Gobert?
Yeah.
Gobert? You would do that?
That's like an upgrade, I guess, right?
I hate Rudy Gobert.
I hate Rudy Gobert.
Well, I have thoughts on the
I'll
French
pack.
anyway, so.
I'll pack his fucking bags. He's my Daniel Jones.
Well, at least he plays. Daniel Jones doesn't fucking play. He just shows up to the games, but he doesn't play.
I mean, like the Lakers could offer for Bam because they need a center, but the
I don't
money
look at him as a
has-
center, though. I know they're gonna play him as center, but he's not a center. He's an ideal power forward.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of
But
like a baby Anthony Davis, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. he might be again. Lakers makes a lot of sense actually, but I don't know what the
I don't
hell
think the money adds up. I mean, unless they're just
or
gonna
even the
go.
like Austin Reeves. That's what you're gonna give
Yeah.
up.
Austin Reeves and like Rui
Rui,
Hachimura, and then
yeah,
like picks.
some picks. Yeah,
But like then
I don't know.
you're basically the Knicks, but a worser bench in a way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
But yeah,
Pretty much. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the NBA because there's no major free agents this year. It's most likely everything's gonna be through trades.
yep.
Teams are gonna get dealt. You know, I'm just happy to know like what KD watch or Giannis watch anymore. Let's just get to the next sport.
Do
You know
you
what I
want to talk
mean?
about? Do you want to talk about the rookie that's tanking his draft class? So he doesn't.
That was a kid that didn't go to Philly, right?
He canceled his Philly interview, I believe.
What's his name? From
He's
Rutgers.
yeah, he only wants to stay with an East Coast team.
Yeah, but isn't Philly East Coast?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why he can't? I understand why you don't want to go to Philly. Like, that's a
I
shitty.
think
That's a shitty.
he's taking his stock to
Bet.
go to Atlanta. That's what a lot of people are saying.
So
Which
Atlanta,
is crazy.
you're leaving Philly. Like, I don't want to go to Philly. I want to go to Atlanta.
Both
It's crazy.
shit cities, if I have to say.
I agree, but still, that's hilarious.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
good for him.
hilarious.
Have fun.
Atlanta.
I never thought I'd hear that. No. I'm tanking to go to Atlanta.
Ace Bailey. I
Said
believe,
no one
right?
ever.
I think is
Yeah, Ace.
Ace
Yeah.
Bailey. Either Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper, one of the guys. I think Ace.
Either way,
guy.
the crazy thing is though, like they haven't projected going to Washington at 6.
Really?
Even
I have
worse.
him, like top 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
I see him at
Yeah.
even going to down to 6 because his other teammate actually played better than him. Is actually
Dylan Harper.
Yeah, Dylan Harper.
He's supposed to be
I
a
think-
second pick.
Yeah, I think it's Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, and then Ace, and then obviously VJ. But
He doesn't want to go to Philly. Look, if I'm Washington, I'm gonna make that call. Again, I don't have a stock in this draft, and
you'd move
I
up in
think
the
this
draft
is
for
cool.
him?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for him. For him, yeah.
Okay.
I think Dylan Harper's a lock at 2 though.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I think
He's gonna fit right in too.
Philly was
Pause.
trying to move up to the second overall.
Yeah, for
Dylan Harper, I believe.
So I'm saying, like, if I'm a team that's trying to get to, he's gonna take a lot of picks to get that number 2 pick. It's gonna take a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, and then that's what I'm saying. Like Sacramento had more picks, so they have more like
Options.
arsenal. They have more ammo. Like, and
Mhm.
if they trade out of that second overall pick, they have even more ammo to get Kevin Durant. But I don't know. I mean, that's why I was saying like this
Look,
kind of.
I kind of get why people don't want KD though. I can see why. Like he's let's be honest, he does fuck coaches over. You know what I mean? He does. You know he could be like a franchise killer. You know what I mean? And what San Antonio got going on. One thing I would say though that it won't happen in Houston. Ime's there.
Yeah,
You know what I
Ime
mean?
was there
Ime-
when he was in Brooklyn though too. So
Yes. Yeah. So like Ime ain't gonna take that shit neither. So I think Houston, it would have been to me. It only made sense for Houston and lesser for and then second will be the Spurs. So the pop's energy and all that. But I think perfectly fit in Houston.
Well, to be fair, like you can kind of if it doesn't work out in Houston, you can kind of just let it walk.
Yeah, you shit the bed. Yeah, because it's only one. It's only you only own him for 1 year. You're only tied to him for one year, so it's fine.
Yeah, basically. So if it doesn't work out, I mean, you do have young prospects in like Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, Thompson. So you kind of do like a soft rebuild if you really want.
Yeah, what you want for Ken Whitworth, by the way, just as a Knicks guy? What would you want for him?
I don't think he's getting traded because I'm happy he didn't get traded. I thought he was gone. Like
Man, I
like,
want that
but-
kid, man. Pause. He's really good.
But
He got some talent.
with Dylan Harper, I mean Dylan Brooks being out, this guy is gonna get more minutes, and obviously Jalen Green being out, even more minutes.
Even more minutes, yeah. Next man up.
But
Mhm.
Tari Eason as
Yeah.
well. So
All right. Any crazy other NBA talks I want to talk about?
you guys think there's gonna be someone that's gonna swing for the fences?
Yeah,
Just
I still think Giannis is gonna be gone.
Like, what team would swing for him though?
Right now, the only thing I can see him going to is Golden State.
And they trade away Butler.
That Nah, I think well, it's gonna be might be a combination of I think Kuminga's obviously gone. They're gonna probably sign and trade him, and add and then some picks. I don't know what the draft stock's looking like, but yeah, maybe a combination with Butler might be as a throw-in, which is
No,
weird to say. Cause
Probably-
they signed Butler. They signed him. They
Yeah.
extended him anyway. So
probably gonna
it
dump.
might be like a Draymond Green. They release him
Yeah.
and Draymond finds his way back. But I think it's pretty much for Kuminga.
I don't know. It has to be
And
like
picks.
it has to be a team that has like a ton of capital with picks because Milwaukee doesn't have their picks anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Portland. So
My team has wanted their picks. So they want it back. Just
So,
ask, you know what I mean?
yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Like
Okay.
it would have been like Houston trading to Pelicans. Pelicans will give back their picks to Atlanta, and then Trae Young goes to Houston in a way. But again,
Yeah,
I think Zion's gone.
I think I was gonna say that next. I think Zion's probably gone too. And I don't think it's gonna take that much neither.
Right. I mean, if this was like this is going to become the standard, unfortunately, it's either that or four first round picks. I think Zion's gone. The Grizzlies are blowing it up, right? Like we agree on that.
I'm waiting. Look. I think Jaren Jackson, man. Please, I'll give whatever the fuck that they want. That's what I want as the Knicks. That's what I want. That's what I want the Knicks to target.
I would give up 4 first round picks for that, man.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain is crazy. When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck did I just see?
He's good, but not 4 first round picks. Good.
Yeah,
Fuck that
that's
shit.
crazy.
Orlando-
I'm giving Jaren Jackson like that guy.
Yeah.
You get like you give him the whatever the fuck they want. I want
You
that
might get
guy.
honestly get more than
Yeah.
4.
I would give him
It's
7.
like-
I don't give a I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's like 7.
Give him the whole future, dude.
Jackson go, yeah, because he's guaranteed rebounds, guaranteed defense off the gate.
It's 20 points.
Everything easy.
Yeah.
That guy.
He's already defensive player of the year. He averages 22, 5, and 2.
Mhm.
He's only 25.
Come on, guys. Come on. What are we talking about? Every team should be calling Memphis for that guy. Every team should be calling him like that.
Stunned that like no one pulled the trigger on him. Like, if you're the Lakers, you're offering him like Genie Bus's fucking money, like
Yeah.
our ownership, bro. At this point,
Everybody except LeBron and Luca is on the table. Same thing with the Knicks. Everybody except Brunson and
Who in
I'll throw
trade?
the cat.
You wouldn't throw LeBron in the trade for Jaren Jackson
No.
at the
that
age
blunt
he's
is
right now?
hitting you right now. That blunt is hitting you right now,
That's hitting you right now.
bro.
Yeah.
But did you guys talk about how the Knicks failed on getting a head coach?
I don't think they're fair. I think this is just their par for course. I think I know exactly what they're doing.
You think
They
they're
have a
gonna
plan.
get
It's
Guys
either
like Cavs?
Listen,
no, that's what I want. I want Johnny Bryant. I want Johnny Bryant.
I
as a
was
coach.
saying Johnny Bryant as well. Either that.
I think eventually he's probably gonna get there, but they're fixated on Jason Kidd. Something tells me it's all up. Is really the ball in Jason Kidd's court.
But like the Mavs declined the offer.
No, the Mavs did. Jason Kidd didn't ask for anything. If Jason Kidd asked, they'll give it to him. They'll grant Jason Kidd.
I don't
To
know.
Lisa Clark.
I don't think so.
I think he's gonna be one of the, if not the highest paid coach. Because notice people what's going on, right? The Knicks actually talked to Ime, right? They said no. What happened to Ime? He got extended, right?
Well, they were gonna send him regardless, I believe.
Were they?
Just use the second seed. Like what?
Well, here's the thing, though. The price did go up, though, right? The price did go up.
No, I think they were gonna send him regardless.
You think? So?
Yeah,
All right. Didn't they go after another coach? Oh, Billy Donovan, Chicago's coach.
that was crazy. That
And they
was
extended
crazy.
him. And they extended him.
So he's getting
So-
paid either way.
If I'm the coach, I'm like, yo, all I gotta do is tell them, like, yo, the Knicks called me. I'm thinking about taking their offer.
Extend
You
it.
can't go nowhere. Extend them. They should be giving
Well,
the
like-
Knicks a check.
The one thing, the
Legit.
red flag that I see is you fire a coach of the year guy and you have zero game plan. You're just hitting up exes right now and just like going to a bar and just trying to hit on girls and like it's not
I
working.
honestly think that Johnny Bryant thing is in the back pocket. I think they just want to see
That
that due
might blow,
diligence.
right?
That they have to be him. But the thing is, like, I like let me see, let's just see, like, if you can get Jason Kidd and see what happens, see what they say, and
I
all this
mean,
shit. Everybody they talk
You're
to,
just
it's worth an ask,
sliding into the
right?
DMs and just
yeah, this
like,
is
all right, like,
It's
fuck
worth
it's
an
you.
worth
ask.
it.
The worst thing you could say is no.
Yeah,
But like,
but
if
one
Jason
thing I
Kidd
did,
says yes, you have to like trade assets for him because he's
yeah,
under contract.
yeah,
You
I
don't
think they're
have
gonna do it.
assets.
Listen, we have assets. They wanted to give up Luca for nothing. We don't have access,
But they got Cooper Flag, so it kind of evened out somehow.
right?
But
So we're gonna give us some second rounders. Have a good day.
Yeah, dude, it could
Give
work.
us take a couple second round picks.
that's, that's insane.
Give him
That
like
Hey,
your
look,
last
hey, look.
bench player or something.
Whatever Jason Kidd is gonna get paid is probably gonna get doubled. Like the Knicks are gonna probably offer him like he probably be one of the first $100 million coaches.
He's gonna
if
be
if
paid
if you're the
regardless.
Knicks, if anyone from the Knicks is listening to this podcast, call fucking Eric Spoelstra and free that man. Free
Dude,
that man.
he's my top choice. He was my
I
top
don't,
choice,
bro.
but
You called
that
Ime,
yo,
Jason Cade. You called Billy Donovan
but the
before.
thing, here's the thing. Pat Riley and the Knicks ended on a bad relationship, bro. They're not gonna do that. Pat Riley will never grant that. Never.
Bro, you
As
could-
Pat Riley's alive, he know that the Knicks know not to call them about fucking Eric Spoelstra. It's never happening. Eric will have
Billy
to walk out.
Donovan.
Yeah.
He'd have to
They
quit.
went to Billy Donovan and Chicago panicked and gave him a bag.
That's hilarious, though.
It's hilarious.
That's so
But I
funny.
think they're gonna go. It's pretty much. Oh, and from what I heard, that Taylor Jenkins had a great interview. Mike Brown didn't. So,
Good God.
but yeah, I think it goes like if the no matter who they pick, we're gonna nitpick no matter what because if you go Johnny Bryant, you get creativity, you get a players coach, and you get inexperience, right? If you
Right.
get
He's,
Jason
he's, a, he's a
Kidd,
nobody essentially.
yeah, he's a
Unfortunately,
nobody.
no disrespect, but
Well, again, but look at OKC's
unless you
coach.
hire.
Look at OKC's coach, a nobody. Taylor Jenkins was a nobody, and for the most part, he was a good coach for Memphis. So I think that's the best route for them to go. But again, if you look at Jason Kidd in particular, you're like, all right, he is a player's coach. He went to the finals before. He has experience, but he does run his players down to he's also got a little mini tips as well.
If you're the Knicks, just hit up Doc Rivers.
No,
I mean, at this point,
Get
yeah.
him extended.
No, but
No. Hear me out. Hear me
to
out.
get
You,
Milwaukee the bag to give him the bag.
no, you extend Doc Rivers so Giannis leaves.
Yeah. Oh, that's evil. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's actually
There's
so
another
evil.
coach. I think they were another coach and they wanted to talk to and they said no, they extended. I don't know if it's Minnesota's coach or somebody else's coach. It seems like every time the Knicks actually talk to somebody, everybody's getting extended. They're like, no, nobody like no. So
That is-
I don't know. But again, I say that because like everybody that got extended, but Jason Kidd didn't. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
It's coming.
kind of odd.
It's
you know what I mean?
coming.
I mean, he did look like he was fucking depressed when
Depressed, yeah. I get.
but
I think they should just do what, like, be fair and be like, look, man, you stuck it out with us even when we stuck balls. So let's give you what you want. You want to be a Knicks coach? Go ahead. I don't think Dallas will like hold him hostage because you don't want to get in the season with a coach that don't even want to coach a team.
I mean, the Dallas is technically still competing though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're still in it, but again, like, is it gonna be now or later?
nowish because they're gonna re-sign Kyrie and then they have Anthony Davis.
But Kyrie won't come back till he's also had a torn Achilles.
Yeah, so they're gonna probably get a veteran point guard, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think
Cooper Flag.
all I want the Knicks to do this year is get a coach, Johnny Bryant in particular. But let's see, whoever they get is gonna be a players coach anyway. It's gonna be the players gonna pretty much choose this coach. So that's what it is, which is weird because James Dolan, who's like a dictator, is really staying out of it. But get him. Don't add any superstars unless it's Jackson. If you don't get Jackson, I want Tyus Jones. Get a bunch of those kind of players. I want Tyus Jones on my team.
right.
Yeah. And a legit shooting guard. That might become a trade option. I think that's where you gotta get creative and might have to move Mitch and McBride.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only way. If you want to get those 3-and-D guys on your bench, pause. You're gonna have to get rid of one of those two, and then Mitch. It'll be easier to say goodbye because he's 1 year, 14 million, coming off the books. So it's an attractive contract.
Do we want to
I mean,
switch
Brian's on like a
gears
what?
to something else?
Yeah, let's go. Let's move on. Oh,
Uh,
John Jones, the UFC, decided to retire
yeah,
today, according to Dana White. Um,
White, my ass.
Not surprising at all. I expected John to. I actually was expecting. I didn't think he was gonna fight Tom Aspinall at all. I don't think he was motivated to fight. I think that Stipe thing was dragged out for so long. What Stipe was considered was the real goal of the UFC heavyweights, and John proved it. He has nothing to prove. He's still the GOAT. If Francis was still there, I think that would have probably kept him going. But I honestly think John's head wasn't in the game anymore. And shout out to the GOAT. He's always gonna be he's in all of MMA. He's the best. He hasn't lost. He had that one blemish, but that was a stupid ass. That was like he kicked the guy when he had one knee or hand down or some shit like that. That was a
Yeah.
stupid play, but whatever. You want to throw him that one loss, it's fine.
I mean,
He's
he
still
also
the
has
GOAT.
those drug tests.
He likes to party. He likes to party, which is what all greats
That's
do.
no
They like to
crime.
party.
That's no crime.
Yeah. Look, he likes to get his beak wet. By beak, I mean nose. But
I would have loved to see him just beat Aspinall and then retire. Like I would have loved to see him like put his gloves down in the middle of the ring and like walk
yeah, me
away.
too. That would have been cool. I would have done. See, that's why that Stipe fight would have been great for that because they were both considered. Stipe definitely was
like
at the end.
all the rumors were like that was the last fight.
The last fight,
But
yeah.
he was like on the fence. Like, and again, my
He
gripe is,
dominated Stipe, so he barely got a hit.
yeah, he looked good, right?
Yeah.
And like that's why my gripe is like he's like he's like flirting with retirement, like
Mhm.
like I don't want to, and then he's like I could I'll fight Tom, and then he's like and I'm like bro, just
Yeah,
you're-
but let's
you're-
be, like, are you guys gonna be clamoring for a Tom Aspinall fight?
but
any of
Tom
us-
could have fought like 8
He was
times.
great.
Already. He
Right,
could have
look,
fought like 8 different people already.
I honestly do think, yeah, that's true. John did fuck Tom over because Tom could have been the champion and fighting for that belt numerous. He would have had like big matches too, even like that Alex Pereira. But that's more of a Dana White fault kind of thing too, because he should just give John an ultimatum. I would have just been like, look, man, you gotta fight by this time frame. If you can't make it, I'm gonna just strip you
I
and
mean,
give the belt to Tom.
there's so many like again we got to see what's the blackmail John Jones has on Dana White, but he had the longest leash ever
Yeah.
because like there's so many fighters that like gave up their title. I think Islam did it.
Mhm.
He gave up his title to move up in weight, and John Jones was just sitting there for like 6.5 years.
And most recently, Makachev did it. He gave up his title to move up weight to go fight
Right.
in lightweight.
Like he didn't have to, right? Like, but like he gave it up just because. I mean, then again, like that division, he kind of just ran the division for a whole year and a half, so he
Yeah.
didn't really have any competition. But
I think what John did as light heavyweight is what made him get this kind of leeway going forward. And I mean that that sucks. It sucks. I don't agree with it, but I think his domination throughout the whole remember he lapped that division 3 times,
yeah, I mean,
and then he moved up to heavyweight and
kinda
took
same
out the
with,
2
like,
best guys.
too.
But then if he would have went through Aspinall, I mean, he by no, there's nothing there. Like, even that Aspinall fight, I wasn't even clamoring for.
I just, it was
I
like,
think Aspinall is next. I think he's the next best heavyweight, but like, he's no John Jones. You know what I mean? Like he's no Francis Ngannou.
no, of course, those guys are like the money grabbers, but
Yeah,
I just wanted to see that. It's like kind of like watching the movie, and then you're just like, all right, is there after credits? Like that
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
is
yeah.
an after credits, right?
it would
Like,
have been great. It would have been great to see that. So I would
It's-
love to see that as well.
just like because like in the back of our minds it's gonna be like is it maybe Tom might be better than John Jones, right? Like it's the whole like Stipe versus John Jones, or
Right.
Conor
No, we'll
like
never know.
is Islam is Islam versus his coach, I forgot his name, I don't know why, the guy who smoked Conor, Like,
Khabib.
Khabib, like
Yeah.
who's better, right? Like, we're never gonna
Mhm.
get that answer, but like that itch is gonna be always there. So the Tom John Jones might be that like itch for this division, but
I mean, it's the only thing that's to talk about in this division. Really, it really was. Like now, it's just is Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn.
still gone. Alexander Volkov.
Volkov
Then you have,
sounds tempting. Volkov sounds tempting.
then
That
you
would
have
be
Curtis
cool.
Blades. Then you
Yeah, but
have Derek Lewis, and then Tai Tuivasa.
yeah, see, those are
Those are-
nothing. Those guys all have like shitty losses.
Yeah.
These guys are like C average guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're nothing that's gonna scare you. It's just pretty much is Aspinall, Gahn, and Volkov, and that's it. I think they should do a Volkov versus. So I think Volkov versus Aspinall. Then I think Gahn versus Blades will be the next move to make. But Blades hurt his MCL yesterday, so I don't know if Gahn's willing to wait. I think Gahn wants to get back that title.
I mean,
See, Gahn is the anomaly because he has the skills. He just chokes in a big moment. Pause.
yeah, he just got smoked by fucking
John Jones and Francis.
Francis. He got smoked by Francis with a torn like everything in his
Yeah,
knee.
Francis had
And he
two
just-
fucking kneecaps, two fucking.
He
really
had
had-
heads, bro.
Yeah.
He just got smoked and like
Yeah,
I was
and
just
John
like,
just out. John just choked him out.
yeah. Well, John
Something
Jones,
like
John
that.
Jones, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, like the light heavyweight, you got Yuri and Alexander Pereira and Jamal
Mhm.
Hill. That could maybe move
Well,
up.
Jamal Hill is he might end up getting kicked out of the UFC. 4 straight losses, not good.
Maybe again, him moving
And
up
he got
in weight,
dominated
maybe
yesterday.
maybe him moving up in weight might change that. I don't know.
I mean, it's a possibility. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But
Yeah,
all
man.
rumors is that he might be getting getting cut.
His contract is being ran out. Yeah.
Yeah, they might not bring him back, but I would love to see what he would do. But again, he's just so a lot of these guys, especially those like guys like him in particular, they might need some legit training camps. They have to go down south and get to these wrestlers, these maulers. He's a boxer, and he got dominated by a guy that's also a striker, but has an all around game, and he got dominated. He just got dominated. So I don't know, but big pay-per-views coming up. Thinking 2 weeks. Supposed to be one. I think the Pantoja fight is supposed to be a big one versus Kai France. That's gonna be a good one.
Oliva 317.
Oliveira versus Topora.
June 28th.
Oh, next week. Fuck yeah, let's go. That's a big pay-per-view right there. That's when you wanna. That's the one you wanna like have the. That's a barbecue one right there. That's gonna be a good one. 2 main events right there. Gonna be good.
Oh, Tracy Cortez is fighting. All right, I might watch
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one.
When is Dustin Poirier retiring?
He has one fight. I think they just signed a deal with him and Max is gonna end up fighting. Just gonna be
Right.
for the BMF belt. So it'll be one way to end it, right?
Yeah. I mean, him and Lil Wayne's walking out with him, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what he wants to happen. He wants Lil Wayne to walk him out.
That's July 19th.
Okay, it's good. That's good. I'm excited, man. Fight season, fellas.
This is the UFC season now. NBA's
Yeah,
over, NFL's over. Just
Yeah, the
baseball.
baseball.
Yeah, and baseball and UFC. Van, you want to talk about Stanley Cup? You said
No. Oh, it's Love Island. Shit,
Love Island?
Love
Total
Island?
opposite of Love
Jeez.
Island.
Whatever that is.
because we're about to wrap it up real soon.
Hurry.
About 2 minutes.
Nah,
Or 1
This
minute,
is it.
really.
This is Van's minute. Yeah, Van.
I just think,
Here we go.
yeah, it's the viewership, honestly. And it's,
All right,
I just do not like
get him
how,
out. Wrap this up. He's
I just don't like how
All right. Cut.
people are watching that over the NBA finals.
Okay, cool.
That's about it.
That's great. Good to hear. We'll wrap this up. I've never seen a brown guy turn so red. Jesus Christ, he's red.
I totally forgot what it was about.
Bro,
Yeah,
he
we
was
know.
hyping this up before the pod started. He was like,
And
"Yeah,
I just totally forgot. It just left my head.
I have something about Love Island, guys. Don't worry about it. I got it."
Yeah, it was a
I was like, "All right."
viewership. It was a viewership.
Yeah, we
well,
know
people are
that,
watching.
but
We get it.
I
People are
just don't
watching.
agree with it.
All right,
I don't know.
cool. The Van Minute, that was a Van Minute by Van, and this is the Sportsload,
Yeah,
guys.
you could
Thank
have
you.
honestly skipped that.
We're gonna keep this on. We're gonna remind him how terrible he is.
We're just fucking running this shit, bro. God.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
I
not
mean,
cutting
you
it
know,
out.
Honestly, I totally forgot about that.
I'm making this a clip.
Yeah, this is a clip. This is a clip. This is a brain on drugs, guys.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
They all
No,
believe.
this should be a commercial.
What? For Love Island?
No, do not do drugs. Do not do drugs.
Oh.
You don't want to be like this guy.
I mean, it could be for both, really. Don't do drugs, or you go on Love Island.
I kind of want to be like you right now, but anyway. All right, guys, we'll talk again next week. Again, I'm your host, Ja. That's GPS. This is Garrett Paul Smith, K over there, and Sober Van over there.
Yeah, very sober.
Yep, we out, guys.